this is Carrie with Canary Quilts, and it's the first edition of 2025 of What's in the Box. I've got a couple subscriptions to open. I've got Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler. I have not received Pre-Cuts Quilt Box, but as soon as I do, I will do a video and open that for you. I also have some other things I want to show you. I've got some fabrics that I've opened in between. I went to a quilt shop, a quilt show this weekend and bought a few patterns, so I want to show those off. I'm doing the Sew Sampler Block of the Month, so I've got that done. I'll show that off when I'm down at my desk. If you're been watching, I've been doing a tumbling block. I did a tumbling block video, no Y seam, that I will have linked down below. I'll put it up right here too. And I've started the rows on that so I can figure out how many pieces I need in each row. That's what I have back here. I've got a whole bunch of tumbling blocks over there that are just need to be incorporated into this. Peppermint, I'm still working on that. And then I've got this beautiful quilt here, and I'll show you the pattern. It's called Little Bird Song by Robin Pickens, and I'll show that to you when I get down to my desk also. But my mom and I did this over a couple Thursdays, and one of the Thursdays was the day after one of my little baby kitty, and he wasn't a baby kitty, he was 5 years old, but he passed away suddenly. So we tried to work on that, and we did a lot of ripping out, but we got it done. Through all the grief and everything, we got it done, and it turned out beautiful. So I did it in Christmas colors and Christmas batiks that I hadn't used yet. So I made all red birds. So that's done too, and I'll show you that pattern when we get down in case you're interested in that. So that's what I've got going on right now. And I'll show you a few other things that I'm working on too once I get down to my desk and start showing off the fabrics that I've already opened. Anyway, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and you'll get notified of this type of content and all the other fun stuff we got going on. I'll soon have a video up of how I'm doing the no Y seam tumbling blocks, how I organize and put my rows together. So you can stay tuned for that also. So there we go. Let's go down to my desk. Let's open some boxes and see everything that I've got to do. I'm down here at my desk ready to open some packages and show off some of the things I got at a quilt show this weekend and some fabrics that I've already opened and how I'm going to use them. So let's see. Well, let's talk about Little Bird Song. I got this in a Pre-Cuts quilt box, I think last year. I don't remember which one, but it is a pattern by Robin Pickens. And this one says it's arrived in a smaller wall quilt, and you saw how big it was when I built it, so you might be able to get a bigger version of this, but I will have this linked in the description down below if you want to pick this pattern up and make it for yourself. There are several variations of the pattern on the back showing different colorways, and like I said, I used Christmas color batiks in mine. So it turned out super cute, and it did not take very long to put together. So I went to the Villages Quilt Show, and I picked up some patterns. You go down to look at quilts, which we did, and all the vendors. I love looking at quilt patterns. So I picked up a couple Halloween patterns. This one's by Marsha Layton Designs, and I'll take it out, see if I can zoom in on it, but it's a 3D type of quilt. All the, let's do this. All the things you see on here, I think even the pumpkin are all 3D elements, and they're attached with a little piece of elastic on the back of these elements and a button on the quilt, and it was so cute, and it was such a different way of doing a quilt that I wanted to give it a shot. Yeah, that's the kid in me. I used to love to trick-or-treat, but I just love Halloween too. So it's going to be interesting putting this quilt together, and I'll probably show you the process that she does to do this. It's a little different, and I'm looking forward to doing Halloween Party by Marsha Layton. So that was, she's got several other ones. She's got like a Christmas palm tree. that's really cute. So I'll have all her information in the description down below also, if you want to check out her designs, quilt patterns. Let's see, I got She's So Witchy by Margaret Lobianco. And this one is 3D also. I don't know what it was with me going with 3D types of quilts, but like the collar here, it's very hard to see in this picture. The collar is actually a collar, and the cat and the leaves and the things on her hat, the spider and the bats are all like elements that are 3D on this also. I'm not sure, I haven't read through the pattern to see exactly how they're attached, but another Halloween quilt. Both of these use yo-yos, so I don't know if I've ever made a yo-yo. So I'm in for some yo-yo making, but she uses these yo-yos to kind of like they look like the warts on the on the witch, and then the spider down here is made of yo-yos. The middle of the flower is made of a yo-yo. And if you look at all her patterns, as I did, I went online and looked at all her patterns. She uses yo-yos a lot as a dimensional feature of the elements in the quilt. Like a sheep would have yo-yos on it to give it that woolly look. So I was really interested in trying this also, and I like the quilt. So I will have her information down below too if you want to check out her quilts patterns. And then in the beginning you saw my peppermint quilt in the background. That is a Laura, I think is Laura Hine. I really need to look up how to say her name. It's H-E-I-N-E. And I bought this cat, and there was, I'll throw it up right now, there was a quilt of this hanging in the quilt show. But I just thought since my kitty passed away that I could make it orange. Throw up a picture of my kitty. Maybe I can find some orange fabrics. And then I also thought I have a black cat. I could make a black kitty out of this pattern, and then, you know, maybe other kitties that I've had. I've had a calico cat, I've had a tuxedo cat, but little Sunny, my baby, was an orange cat. So I really thought, I really liked the way she does her pattern, so I thought I could do this in an orange cat first thing. So let me pull it out of the plastic so you can see it a little better, but you did see the quilt that was in the quilt show. I think maybe while I'm doing this, I will show how I pick my fabrics and make him a little orange quilt, or a little orange kitty cat. So those are my purchases from the quilt show. Lots of people with fabrics there. My mom bought some fabrics. She didn't buy any patterns. I looked at fabrics. Sometimes, I don't know. I didn't have an application, so I didn't buy any fabrics, but I did see some new fabrics that I'm interested in. So, but my mom did buy some fabrics. All right, there's the patterns. The Little Bird Song by Robin Pickens and the ones I got at the quilt show. And then I joined Pictures Boutique Patreon, and it's $10 a month. She designs paper piece patterns, and I have done a few of her patterns, and I love them. She's very detailed in her paper piecing. So you need to, if you do her paper piecing, you just need to go in aware of that. But she, in her Patreon, has a theme every year, and then she designs a quilt made of 12 different blocks that she designs. And this year was steampunk, and I was like, that really interests me. So I joined her Patreon, and we got our first block. I'll throw it up here. It's a heart, a steampunk heart, and I haven't started it yet. She suggests some colors. I'm probably not going to use her colors, but I did go out. I did get a green background. So I went out on Fat Quarter Shop and got their fabric that's on sale each month. So I got this green, and let me grab, probably tells me right here. It is it's Zen Chic by Motive Fabrics. Spotted by Brigitte Heitland for Zen Chic at Motive Fabrics. So I got this as my background, and you can see hers is green, and I did like that green, so I picked this as my background, and I bought 3 yards. She doesn't say how many yards to buy, but you know, I'm going to keep track of, I'm going to keep what fabric I have here, and if I need more, I'll get it. Usually it's only the background, as you can see in the picture. So I think that that will be enough. She already shows the layout of the quilt on the Patreon, so you know what it's going to, the layout's going to be, but you don't see each block till they come out each month. So then I found out, and I love Tim Holtz's fabrics. His Eclectic Elements palettes are coming out, and they're coming out at different times. The red palette has come out. This is orange palette, and then this is the pink palette. And there's several colors coming out at different times. I think over the first half of this year, there's different colors coming out. So I want to incorporate it because they're kind of steampunky in a way. They're really different. I want to try to incorporate these fabrics into my steampunk heart. So I've got it on Notify Me when the new colors come out, and so that I can grab them when they do. It's kind of like being in a subscription, but it's not. You got to figure out when they're coming out. So that's what they look like. They're really different. I've always loved his fabrics, not had much of an application for them. So I'm really glad that I just saw this palette that was coming out. So I thought I'll grab these, and I will work into the quilt. I will probably use some of my So Colorful that I got all of last year to go into this also as maybe solids, but yeah. So that's what his fabrics look like. I'm really excited to work on this. This month, you know, as I've said, has been pretty hectic, and with my little baby, it took about a week out of my schedule because he was in the ICU for 5 days, I think. My baby kitty. And then I just got this other background that was on sale, just like the green down here, but this is gray. So there you go. That's what I bought, and I've opened in between in the last month. I was hoping I could get started on my steampunk heart, but like I said, I'm a little behind. All right, so I'm going to set these aside. So you saw those. Set those aside. You are aware, if you've watched, that I'm doing I'm in the Palazzo block of the month, which is an Orfil thread set you get that has Italian themed threads in it. And you get 3 threads per month. And last month I got brown, which was Florence brown. And these are the pieces of the quilt that we're doing, and that's the fabrics I chose. So this one was pretty easy. You use the same dark color throughout all your pieces. If you've seen any of the other ones, you have to pick a dark, light, and medium of the same color. So that was Florence brown. I got that done. That was pretty easy to put together, and it's fun. I love these patterns. But anyway, this is the next month. So I think we're getting purple. Amalfi purple. Oh, I really wanted to go to the Amalfi Coast when we were there, but when we got there, we were just too tired, stopped in Pompeii, and then headed back to Rome. Whew, look at those colors. Those are gorgeous. So, Amalfi purple Orfil threads in this basically subscription block of the month. You get the pattern also, and this is a great pattern designed by Kitty Wilkin at Night Quilter. I'll have her information down below. And she has laid this out, this paper piece, and she's laid it out beautifully. It makes it so easy to figure out. And there's the, ooh, look at those bright purples. This is the purple blocks we're going to be doing. We're going to do a column, and then these are on the outside, and then this is a center right there. So that's going to be fun. We are on month 10. So we only have 2 more coming after this, and then we'll be putting the blocks together. So next month, when I get this block done, these blocks, I will show them off when I get my next month of threads. So there you go. I don't know if this is available. It might be available as all 12 months somewhere. But if you just do a Palazzo, Orfil Palazzo thread set or Italian thread set, you might be able to find it. If I can find anything, I'll link it down below, but I really haven't been able to find much. So I was kind of lucky that Fat Quarter Shop, I stumbled across this on Fat Quarter Shop, and it was a really different type of subscription that I could do that had thread. I can build my thread up, and I get this beautiful Italian themed quilt out of it. All right, that is the threads. Okay, this is the mini charm packs I'm in, and you saw the tumbling blocks I was doing and the intro. I've done a couple videos on how I make those blocks out of my mini charms, and I'm going to put them all together in tumbling blocks and make a king-size quilt for my own bed. So I just keep getting these. I have actually caught up and done all of these. Cut them all up and made them into tumbling blocks. And so I'm just going to keep getting these and incorporating them in. I am at the process right now where I know how big I want my quilt to be, but I need to figure out how many blocks are in each row. And then I can start building each row out from there. But I'm going to do a video on how I organize myself for these rows. It's not hard, but it does take some organization. So let's see, what do we got? We got a lot of fluff, like we always do. We have Callie and Company by Corey Yoder for Coriander Quilts. And this has got some nice darks and mediums and lights to make some pretty good tumbling blocks. And I will have all of these fabric lines listed down below if you see something that you like. If you're just like, ooh, that would make a really good quilt I had in mind. It's nice to see the fabric lines this way too. So, oh, I'm sorry. This is Serena Shores by Robin Pickens. And this has got some really good variations too, it looks like. Some nice blues and greens and a very oceanic theme to them. That's pretty. We have Chirp by Elena Amo. A-M-O is the last name. And I will have her information down below also. Looks like it's bird theme. That says childhood, happiness, adventures, birds, ladybugs. Looks like seeds and bees. Flowers. Got some stripes and some birds. That's really cute. Dragonflies. I like the color palette too. It appeals to me. Daisy, explorer, laugh, flowers. That's really pretty. I really like this. There we go. Anyway, that was Chirp by Elena Amo, I think. I'm not sure. Then we have Olive You by Brigitte Heitland for Zen Chic. The fabrics I just bought were, the background fabrics were hers. And there they are. There's a dark green olive, like an olive army green right there. These are really pretty too. I think I'm going to be really happy with my choice. I think that's my choice right there. There were a lot of colors though. It goes till the end of the month. The sale on their basics goes till the end of the month of January, and then they change their basic each month. So if you're interested in getting some Zen Chics, I would recommend heading over there. I'll have a link to that down below too. Very pretty. There we go. Those will make some very good tumbling blocks. All right. Let me put these away. Let's put them over here, and then I got to get the fluff off my desk. All right, we have the Sew Sampler. This is a mystery box by Fat Quarter Shop. It's a very good value. For what you get inside and what you pay for it, it's a very good value. You don't know what you're going to get. They do have a theme, and I get notions and things in here that I've never seen before, and I do use most of them. All right, so this month, January 2025, is Embracing New Possibilities. So let's see what we got. Oh, there's something in there. All right. So we start with the fabric. And we have 3 charm packs of Sunday Brunch. All right, wow. By Basic Gray for Moda Fabrics. So let me just open one of these. I'll flip through them while I am talking. This is a value of $35.94. Kick back and soak in the Sunday vibes with Sunday Brunch for Basic Gray for Moda Fabrics. This collection bursts with vibrant modern hues, blooming florals, and playful geometric designs. Sleek, stylish, and oh so delightful, these 3 charm packs of 5-inch squares will whip up more than just a snack-sized project. It's a full-on quilty feast. Oh, these are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Very springy looking. Helps with the gloomy days we have this time of year. All right, those are really pretty. It's going to be interesting to see what we do with them. These charm packs have got some fluff. And then they do give you the item numbers on the back. If there's one fabric or a few fabrics in here, you can go directly to them. All right, 3 charm packs. You know, I'm wearing black pants today. I'm going to have fluff all over them. All right, so Sunday Brunch by Basic Gray for Moda Fabrics. Next, oh, and there is a bonus. That's what was in there. Bonus, a value of $5 is John James Golden Glide Milliner's straw needle size 10 and a 10 count. Let's get this open. Needles. Needleworkers love the way these needles glide through the fabric and batting. 18 karat gold is used to gild the needle for a smoother sewing experience. Oh, is this for hand quilting? Interesting. All right, that is the bonus. Let's see what's next. Oh, what do I see in here? Hot Cross Buns English Paper Piecing Pack. Oh, look what they did to us. Look what they did. Gave us English paper pink for hand sewing. Let's see. This is a value of $8. It says SS exclusive, so Sew Sampler exclusive. It must be just the pattern here. So here's a couple of the, it's probably hard to see. I'll hold them. A couple different ones that are in there. This says, this is the all-in-one piece pack you need to whip up the Hot Cross Buns Table Runner by Paper Pieces. Complete with precise instructions for cutting, basting, and sewing with paper pieces. It's the ultimate portable project. Grab the piece pack, pattern, fabric, needle, and thread, and you're good to go. I already have a few of these projects going. So this is going to have to, I don't know if it'll go on the back burner, but there's a lot of pieces there. And they're all going to make the same block, it looks like. So that, I wonder if this is the pattern we're going to be doing. It must be. This is only the paper piecing. This says it's the finished quilt is 15 by 49¼ inches. There's 2-inch half square triangles, 120 pieces, and 2-inch elongated hexagons, 120 pieces. So I showed you what was in here. There's hexagons and half square triangles. All right, so I got a Tula Pink box last year that had a English paper piecing in it. I'm doing the Queen of Diamonds English paper piecing, and I was going to do a video on how I do that. So if you want to do this in the future and you're not sure how to do it, hopefully I'll have that out soon. Next is the table runner, which is a $9 value. If you've been wondering about English paper piecing, here's the perfect starter. Paper pieces, the go-to for EPP, English paper piece patterns, tools, and goodies, brings you the Hot Cross Buns Table Runner, a beginner-friendly EPP project. Watch their included Learn to EPP videos and follow the pattern to mix up a stunning ombre table runner using the charm packs in this box. You'll be stitching in no time, no sewing machine needed. Nope. It is kind of fun sometimes to sit in front of the TV. When you really don't have to pay attention to the TV, you can listen and work on it. That's when I do it. I have done it in the car. When we went to Michigan last year, I got a whole block done. So it is fun. It's fun to do. It takes some practice, but it is fun to do. And I'm looking forward to finishing my projects and seeing what they're going to look like, because they're going to be gorgeous. And I like it. I like doing English paper piecing. All right, we got another quilt pattern. In case you don't want to do English paper piecing, we have Fresh Start quilt pattern, a value of $9.98. Kick off the year with a fresh start. This 9-patch quilt design is a breath of fresh air, quick and easy with a twist that adds a touch of elegance and energy. You're all set with some 5-inch squares and background fabrics. It's perfect for using up scraps, but why not dive into the charm packs from this month's box? Give this quilt and your sewing year a fresh start. And there's always a, there's 2 sizes. So there's a finishing kit available. I would assume the finishing kit is for this square one right here. But it's going to have the background and the binding for the kit. Oh, that's really pretty. That's a pretty quilt. It's hard to see here, but when you see the picture back here, the whole thing together, it looks really pretty. So if you don't want to do English paper piecing, you can do the Fresh Start quilt pattern with the charm packs. And it looks like, I would assume that you don't need a finishing kit for this one. There's probably enough light colored fabrics in here. For the English paper piecing, I should say. All right. Let's see what's next. Oh, some thread. There we go. We have 50 weight. I'm going to be honest, their font is very hard to read. 50 weight Scantil coconut milk, 100% organic cotton thread. Scanfil. Boy, that is a hard font to read sometimes. I like the font, just hard to read. There it is. It says Scanfil right there. All right. Value of $8.48. Born in the Netherlands, Scanfil organic thread is spinning its way into sewing rooms, stitch by stitch, boasting the global organic textile standard and Oecotex certified for standard 100. Okay, I got some research to do to to figure out what those things mean. Scanfield threads are crafted from the finest Supima organic cotton grown in the U.S. Totally free of pesticides and chemicals, preferred by paper pieces for English paper piecing. It's a low lint, silky smooth, super strong, and perfect for both machine and hand sewing. Okay, I'll give this a try in my English paper piecing. All right, my battery died, so I'm back. But yeah, there's a lot of lint on this right now, but yeah, I'll see what it's like in my English paper piecing. All right, and then we have our peaceful baskets. And this is my last month's peaceful basket. Fabric is Kim Deal from my Simple Whatnots miniature quilt subscription that I was in for a couple years. And this is what I did. And this was, let's see, month 10 is the new block. And so this was month 9. So it turned out really pretty. I'm really happy with it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to look like in the end. So, Peaceful Blocks number 10. And it's called Checkerboard Basket Block. And that's what it looks like. So next month, I'll show you what the block looks like, what block number 10 looks like when I open that sew sampler. And then we'll have just another block to do. And I assume that on month 12, we'll get a block and the finishing instructions for the quilt. So, I'm looking forward to it. And then I wonder what the new quilt's going to look like. And there's always coupons on the back that are exclusive to Sew Sampler, and another quilt idea for the charm pack. Another good Sew Sampler, very interesting. They sent the English paper piecing. I don't know how many people do this, but I have really enjoyed it. I've got 2 in progress, 2 queen size quilts, if you can believe that. And I have a pink door box that I got a few months ago that had English paper piecing in that, and I'm going to do a video on doing that quilt also. That's a much smaller quilt, so that'll be fun. You got the needles and the thread to go with our English paper piecing too, so you've got everything to get started. I don't even think you need to buy extra fabric for this quilt. I think everything you need is probably in here. So let me know if you're going to do the English paper piecing, or if you're just going to make the quilt, or if you're going to use these on some other project you've got. Oh, look at that stripe. That's pretty. So I usually get a pre-cuts quilt box. That hasn't come yet, but as soon as it does, I will open it and do a video and show you everything I get in that box, because that will be really cool to do. Yeah, I've got the Robin Pickens little bird quilt that I showed you earlier. Let's see, right here. Little bird song that came from Pre-Cuts Quilt Shop. I'm doing an owl pattern and using fabrics from Pre-Cuts Quilt Shop. So I will be looking forward to getting my Pre-Cuts Quilt Shop, seeing the fabrics I get and the patterns I get. It's always fun to open. So let me know what you think of the Sew Sampler this month, and what about the patterns that I showed you earlier that I got at the quilt shop, or the quilt show. And I'm looking forward to doing those too. And my steampunk. That's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Her projects are very involved, so it will be fun to start putting this together. It'll take a minute to figure out what fabrics I need, and I'll show you what that looks like. They are a very involved paper piecing. I actually have it right here. Here's some of the paper pieces. You can see it's pretty small. It's pretty hard to read some of these, but I mean, the finished project is just incredible. So she really does a good job. I know you're probably looking at it like, you're a crazy woman, but she does a good job. I really enjoy her patterns. She does really cool patterns too. She takes great care in putting them together. And I will have all her information down below too. Pictures Boutique and her Patreon if you want to check it out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'm glad to get to do this for you. It's been a lot of fun. I get to hear a lot of good feedback from you. And so hit the subscribe button, notification bell. You get notified of all this content and all the other fun stuff we've got going on here. And pet your kitties. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!